Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our today's video is going to be a continuation of our previous lecture in which we discuss a tire manufacturing business, and we have seen that initially there were some inventory write downs to net realizable value, and subsequently due to the improvement in the business situation and business was coming back to normal, we saw the reversal of NRV write downs. Okay, so we have seen the accounting entries in that previous lecture, and the second part of that requirement, which was regarding the preparation of extracts of balance sheet as at June 30 and July 31st, was pending. So in today's video, we're going to cover the second part and we will prepare the extracts of balance sheet. Okay, but before going into this details of balance sheet, I will try to answer a query. There was a question raised in the previous video, and someone mentioned that in the comment section. So it would be better to first answer that question and then we'll move to the extracts of the balance sheet. Okay, so someone raised a question and it goes like, in case you get the transaction for selling tires on 30th June, but the tires are still not delivered, and meanwhile tires get stolen or damaged before the delivery. Now how can we enter or adjust the transaction reversal and inventory loss? So if I understand it correctly, like we entered into the contract of selling the tires on June 30, and before the delivery of tires, like something happened and the tires got stolen, or for some reason they got damaged. Okay, so how we will adjust the transaction and how we will record the inventory loss? So to answer this question, there can be two scenarios. First one is the scenario of like inventory theft. The tires were stolen. So if the tires were stolen, immediate loss need to be booked. Okay, so in that case what we will do, we will debit our cost of goods sold and we will credit the entire inventory. Okay, and if that inventory is written down to net realizable value, their net realizable value provision will also get released. Okay, and there will not be any inventory in the books of accounts, there will not be any NRV provision remain in the books of accounts. Okay, so that is the first scenario. And then second thing in that is, if we are contractually liable to deliver the tires, we will have two options. Okay, even after the theft, if we are contractually liable to deliver the tires, we will have two options. First one is, either we will purchase new tires and then we will deliver to the customer, or we will pay damages to the customer for not delivering the tires, and those damages will be as per the contractual terms that we entered into with the customer. Okay, so that will be the scenario in case of theft. And these damages, whether we pay the damages, that damages will again be an additional burden on the business. That will be expense, that will be a type of loss. So accounting entry would be the damages expenses will be debit, and the cash or bank account will get credited in that case. And even if we purchase new tires, that will be additional burden because we already booked the loss of the stolen tires, so that will be additional cost to the business. Okay, so that is the first scenario. The second scenario is like if the tires got damaged. Okay, so there will be two scenarios in that case as well. If the damage is a minor damage and that can be repaired by incurring some expense, then what we will do, we will incur that expense and will try to deliver those repaired tires to the customer, provided that my customer is agreeing to get that delivery and customer is aware of the fact that these tires are little bit repaired. Okay, and in that case, like customer might agree, but he may ask for a further reduction in the price. Okay, so this repair expense plus this reduction in the price asked by the customer will be additional burden on the business. They will be a sort of expense for the business. Okay, and if the damage is such that it cannot be repaired, okay, then all the tires will get immediately will be booked as a loss. Okay, immediate loss will be booked, and those tires will can only be sold in scrap against minor proceeds. Okay, so that will be a complete loss scenario. And even in that case, if we have contractual obligation to deliver tires, we again we will have the two options. First is to purchase new tires and deliver it to the customer, or pay the damages according to the contractual terms. Okay, so I hope this will answer your question. Okay, if you still have any question or any confusion, you can raise a comment and I will be happy to answer that. Thanks for raising this question. Now I will move to the topic of the video. क्विकली गो थ्रू कर लेते हैं इसको. आज की ये जो वीडियो है हमारी, ये कंटिन्यूएशन है हमारी लास्ट वीडियो की, जिसमें हमने एक टायर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बिजनेस को देखा था. उसमें हमने ये देखा था कि इनिशियली जो है सिचुएशन ऐसी होती है जिसमें हमें इन्वेंट्री को राइट डाउन करना पड़ता है और उसकी कॉस्ट इंक्रीज हो जाती है उसकी नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू से, तो हमें राइट डाउन करना पड़ता है. फिर सब्सिक्वेंटली जो है कुछ इन्वेंट्री सेल हो जाती है और उसके बाद बिजनेस सिचुएशन जो है वो इम्प्रूव हो जाती है ड्यू टू चेंजेस इन द इवेंट्स. और फिर उसके बाद ये होता है कि हम इन्वेंट्री का जो राइट डाउन हमने किया होता है नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू को, उसको हम रिवर्स करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द इम्प्रूवमेंट इन द बिजनेस सिचुएशन. ठीक है, उसी एग्जाम्पल को मैं क्विकली रिकॉल कर लेता हूँ. आज उसका सेकंड पार्ट हम देख रहे हैं. ABC Company is a distributor of locally manufactured tires. On June 30, 2022, ABC has an inventory of 120 locally manufactured tires at a unit cost of rupees 6,000. Normal selling price of this tire is rupees 10,000 per tire. During June 2022, the government of the country allowed the import of tires from global tire manufacturers across the world. Import of tires was previously banned in the country. It is expected that imported tire would be sold in the local market at a selling price of rupees 5,000 rupees 5,000 each to the end customer. Okay, the perception in the market is that quality of the imported tire is much better than the locally manufactured tire. Okay, after this recent change by the government, ABC Company is having difficulty in selling the existing stock of tires. On June 29, the sales team of ABC informed that they have located a tire dealer who is ready to purchase 60 tires from their current stock of locally manufactured tires at a price of rupees 3,500 and is willing to sign a deal with ABC for this purchase. The management of ABC agreed for this deal and 60 tires were delivered and cash was received in the bank in first week of July. Later in July, due to adverse market conditions for the local tire manufacturers, the Tire Manufacturing Association of the country called for a countrywide strike and put a complete shutdown of tire industry, which resulted in unemployment of thousands of workers. Okay, Tire Manufacturing Association raised a demand to impose a complete ban on the import of tires with immediate effect. So, in response to this demand, in response to this strike, government started negotiations with tire manufacturing association representatives. And after successful negotiations, in the last week of July, government has announced a complete ban on import of tires effective from August 1, 2022. Consequently, the market conditions improved and become normal for the local tire manufacturers. On July 31st, 2022, ABC has an inventory of 60 tires that is remaining from the old inventory. Further, the company has also placed new orders for the purchase of local tires to be received by mid of August. So this was the scenario that was given in the previous example. I was reading it out just to recall the facts and figures. Okay, now we'll move to the second part, which is preparation of the extracts of balance sheet. So we have seen the accounting entries in case where the inventories are written down, and then in case the inventories are sold, At net realizable value, we have seen the accounting entries, and subsequently, if circumstances change and we need to evaluate the situation again and we need to do the NRV testing again, and it seems that like circumstances are favorable and we need to reverse the inventory write down, we have also seen the accounting entries in that case. Now we'll move to the second part of the data, which is like prepare extracts of balance sheet as at June 30 and July 31st 2022. Okay. So I've created the extracts of balance sheet here. Okay, so this one is the balance sheet as at June 30 2022, and the inventories are reported at a value of 420,000. How I calculated that? Inventories, the cost of the inventory is like 120 units at a cost of 6,000 per unit. This is the cost. And at June 30 I created an NRV provision which is 300,000. So this is a contra account of inventory. So the net amount of inventories to be shown in the balance sheet will be 420,000, and we know that this is net of NRV provision. Okay, so this is how I will show my inventory as of 30th June. Okay, now moving to July. In July 31st, on July 31st, my inventory was only 60 units remaining, and the situation was that my NRV is exceeding my cost. So I need to value my inventory at cost because cost is lower. Okay, so 60 tires into 6,000, which is, it gives me 360,000. Okay, and this is the amount at which I will report my inventories as of 31st July 2022. Okay, here you can see that there is no NRV provision because we already reversed this provision through an accounting entry due to the changed circumstances. I only mention this account just to show you that this account becomes zero on July 31st. Okay, and NRV will be and inventory will be reported at cost, which is 360,000. Okay, 60 units into 6,000 each. Okay, so this is how I will show my inventories in the balance sheet as of 31st July. सेकंड पार्ट है डेटा का, उसमें यह है कि हमें बैलेंस शीट के एक्सट्रैक्ट्स प्रिपेयर करने हैं एज ऑफ 30th जून एंड एज ऑफ 31st जुलाई. ओके, तो मैंने एक्सट्रैक्ट्स ये प्रिपेयर किए हैं. एज ऑफ जून 30 इन्वेंट्रीज को जो है मैं रिपोर्ट करूंगा नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू पे, क्योंकि मैंने इन्वेंट्रीज को राइट डाउन किया था और मैं आपको यहाँ पे दिखा रहा हूँ कि इन्वेंट्री इनिशियली जो थी वो उसकी कॉस्ट थी 120,000 यूनिट से 6,000 उसकी कॉस्ट थी. ये 720,000 मेरे पास इन्वेंट्री की कॉस्ट आ गई, लेकिन मैंने इसको चूंकि राइट डाउन किया है और एक प्रोविजन क्रिएट किया है एनआरवी प्रोविजन, और आपको पता है कि ये एक कॉन्ट्रा अकाउंट होता है इन्वेंट्री का, तो इसको मैं नेट करूंगा इन्वेंट्री के अकाउंट से और इन्वेंट्री को रिपोर्ट करूंगा एट एन अमाउंट ऑफ 420,000. ठीक है, ये वो अमाउंट है जिसको बैलेंस शीट में इन्वेंट्री जिस अमाउंट पे रिपोर्ट होंगी. ठीक है, ये हो गई मेरी बैलेंस शीट जून 30 के ऊपर. ठीक है, अच्छा अब जुलाई में क्या होगा? जुलाई में आपको पता है कि जुलाई में 60 यूनिट्स मैं ऑलरेडी सेल कर चुका हूं और 31st जुलाई को मेरे पास सिर्फ 60 यूनिट्स हैं इन्वेंट्री में. ठीक है, तो अब और सर्कमस्टांसेस भी चेंज हो गए, और सर्कमस्टांसेस जब चेंज हुए थे तो उससे हुआ ये था कि हमारी नेट रियलाइजेबल वैल्यू हमारी कॉस्ट से एक्सीड कर गई थी. ठीक है, तो जब कॉस्ट से एनआरवी एक्सीड कर जाए तो हमें क्राइटेरिया तो है कि लोअर ऑफ कॉस्ट और एनआरवी हमें रिपोर्ट करना पड़ता है. यहाँ पे कॉस्ट कम है तो अब हम कॉस्ट पे रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं अपनी इन्वेंट्री को. ठीक है, और कॉस्ट क्या है? 6,000 पर यूनिट. ठीक है, तो 60 इंटू 6,000 ये आ गया मेरे पास 360,000. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आपको मैंने दिखाने के लिए ये अकाउंट मेंशन किया हुआ है एनआरवी प्रोविजन का. देखिए ये अकाउंट हो गया है जीरो. क्यों जीरो हुआ है? क्योंकि हमने इस इन 60 यूनिट्स की जो एनआरवी जो थी उसको हमने राइट डाउन के अमाउंट को हमने रिवर्स कर दिया था क्योंकि सर्कमस्टांसेस फेवरेबल हो गए थे। अब हमारी एनआरवी जो है वो कॉस्ट से एक्सीड कर गई है तो हमें इस प्रोविजन की जरूरत नहीं है, हमने इसको रिवर्स कर दिया। तो अब हमारे पास इन्वेंट्री बैलेंस शीट में 360,000 पे रिपोर्ट हो रही है जो कि इन्वेंट्री की कॉस्ट है। ठीक है, तो ये है 31 जुलाई की बैलेंस शीट और उसमें इन्वेंट्री को हमने कैसे रिपोर्ट किया। ठीक है, यहां तक बात क्लियर है। So in today's video we have seen the extracts of the balance sheet as of June and July end. Okay, if you still have any questions regarding this NRV increase and NRV reversals, please mention all your questions in the comment section. I will be happy to respond that. If you like this video, kindly hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed the channel yet, kindly subscribe it. Okay, I'm concluding this video. Thank you.